So bottom of the ladder, South Adelaide hosting the Eagles, and they're in 4th place. You would think there wouldn't be a lot in this contest. 39 points was the final margin. You would think that the Panthers would struggle. Early on, though, they really put up a fight.
Yeah, it was a tight, hard contest certainly early in the first quarter, and they really took it to the Eagles. And it wasn't until the 16-minute mark the first goal was kicked. It was really stoppage after stoppage, ball up after ball up. They surely were intense around the contest, and the Eagles weren't able to break the game open, certainly in that first quarter. And then in the second quarter, South really dominated for the first 15 minutes and just didn't make the most of their opportunities.
Yeah, they led by 14 points at the 15-minute mark, and they're inside 50s at that stage, 17-8. From that point on, the Eagles, 25 inside 50s to 14. And they were able to get back from being 14 points down to be level at halftime. A big third quarter, 6 goals unanswered, 33 points up at three-quarter time, set up the win.
Yeah, they just gave them a sniff. They didn't make the most of their opportunities in the second quarter. And then the Eagles started to win a bit of the contested footy, but also move the ball quicker and get it into their multi-pronged forward line. And it was, you can see there, Lee Staple involved and Lewis, who snuck forward there to kick this goal. But then really Salter was the one who really stood up in that third quarter. He kicked a couple of long bombs from outside 50, and then he was on the recipient here of a Matthew Goldsworthy handball just outside. It's a really classy finish, and he really broke the game open in that third quarter with his 3 goals.
As I said, they led by 33 points. Again, it was a tough Dower struggle again in the final quarter. This goal from Gotch, Xavier Gotch kicking this at the 9-minute mark. It was their first goal, South Adelaide, since the 7-minute mark of the second term. So a big drought for them. And the conditions were certainly, whilst they were wet earlier in the day, the last quarter was the best of the conditions, but certainly not the best of the football.
Yeah, and it really just petered out. The game petered out into a real struggle in the last quarter. And it was just a couple of individual highlights here by Matthew Goldsworthy, which, he just kicked that previous goal, and then he's kicked this goal again from long range. Other than that, the game really petered out in that last quarter.
So there's another look at the margins. Close early. 1 point the margin at quarter time in favour of Woodville West Torrens. It was all square, 3-5 apiece at half time, and then 6 unanswered goals in that third quarter by the Eagles for a 33-point lead. And in the end, 39 points, the final margin between the two sides. And those statistics, well, I suppose the inside 50s don't really reflect how the Eagles dominated for a lot of the second half.
Yeah, certainly they didn't. They were down at half-time, but obviously they made the most and were efficient to go forward. Good thing was that both teams addressed their kick-to-handball ratio after quarter time, certainly kicked the ball more, and that was aimed for a more entertaining game.
So the Eagles win their 6th game of the season, and for the Panthers, they have not won a game at home in 2013. This was their 6th loss.
The Mighty Flying Eagles wearing gold and green and blue. Sound the star and turn the switch to what's